How's it going, everyone? Welcome on back to Split View. My name's Geordie. With me, as always,
is Tom.
Tom, he's beautiful.
Okay. Cool. You haven't done that for the last couple.
No, I know,
so.
because you've been introing. I don't know why. Yeah. It is my week for some
Geordie's week
research. Yeah, I know, right? Everyone stops listening now, right? Yeah. Once they just know to watch every second one.
No, I was doing it because last episode you said Tom's week, and I thought you was calling me weak. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. After listening to last week's one, I realized how much I went on about that movie.
I was 19 something,
1917. Yeah. Which kind of ties in with today's episode, which I wanted to talk about art.
Oh yeah.
And its relevancy in today's society, and is it even at all relevant anymore, or is it everywhere?
Excuse me, Geordie.
Do you know what I mean yet, dude?
What did you just say about art?
All right, here's my first question to you. Right? Do you have a favorite piece of art?
Well, we have to define what art is, Geordie.
That is another one of my questions.
What is art? Because I could say the fucking kernel event code that Linus Torvalds wrote is art, and you might not interpret it like that.
Well, the thing is I would consider art any form of self-expression, right?
I guess so, yeah.
That could be... It doesn't even have to be open to interpretation every time.
I think art inherently is open to interpretation, so it kind of.
But like, it can also be like a literal thing as well. But yes,
objective art.
Objective.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a professional on the subject, clearly, but that's why I'm talking about it on a podcast for people to listen to. I have a few favorite. Well, I like the Kaws, Kaws. He's a guy from Melbourne.
Those like vinyl figures.
Yeah, they're like figure / some of them are even sculptures. He makes massive ones that like take over cities and shit.
Yeah, didn't you get commissioned to make something in Melbourne or Sydney?
Yeah, he made something in Abu Dhabi, which was fucking insanely massive. He's got like exhibits all over the fucking world of his. Like, chances are you might have seen it before. Like, for instance, I know PewDiePie, he's got a bunch of them.
Yeah,
he's got a tattoo of one of them as well, which is kind of cool. Which is another form of art. There you go, tattoos. That's a modern day sort of art.
What makes that art though? So if someone were to make a sculpture, right, and they tried to reproduce Kaws, right,
yeah,
and they got it just wrong, would that be art?
You know what? It depends, because you can start to look at it from, well, my one, because I have a few of them, but they're not originals because I don't have that much money lying around. If they showed up and the paint was all fucked and it somehow looked crazy, and which they weren't, they came fine, but like if they came and there was a big scratch right down the middle or something and it could be interpreted again as something else, it could be, but I'm also taking away from the original idea.
I guess, yeah, you're trying to like extrapolate it like literally, like because it's not the original, it's not art. Whereas I'm saying the fact that...
No, I'm saying like if it did come that way, you could extrapolate a different meaning from it. It could potentially inspire you in a completely different way.
I was thinking about more in like the kind of expression, kind of it's weird to describe. So I'm saying that it's art, a copy, because the original was such like an important thing that it moved someone to create, to try to replicate, you know?
Yeah.
I'm saying in kind of a weird like expressionist kind of in a weird kind of art
But
form,
is it then safe to say that if people who are like, for instance, the Kaws figures, if someone...
How do you spell that?
Kaws. So if enough people out there like them that it has caused a company to start making their own cheap ones, right? Can you call that art if it's a pure copy, and if it did come in the mail with a big scratch down the middle, it's pure happenstance, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Like, interpreting a copy of something could potentially still be the same,
but the scratch paints such a painting, you know, it's such a unique, like...
Exactly. So,
you know,
can it add more? Can it add less? Because it's a copy.
It adds more emotion, more detail, more expression, you might say.
This is one of my favorite things about art, you know? Like, it's quite literally everywhere and everything, just about. Like, there's... Nowadays, what forms we have. Like I just mentioned, we have tattoos. I have a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, and it's surprising to me when people say that they don't want any. Like, this is coming from a naive young boy, sure, but like, why would
Don't describe yourself as a young boy.
Well,
you're fucking 22 this year.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be sure to forget that soon anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would someone hate the idea of having an art piece on them forever?
Here's like, I guess I kind of want to go back to the sorry to like disregard your thing, but
for it.
So you go into a tattoo shop, they have flash on the wall. You know what flash is?
Yeah.
So what if you ask them, I want exactly
just describe
that.
it for everyone else, just in
So
case.
flash is like inspiration they have on the wall. It's like little pieces, it's little sketches, previous art. Like, they're very protective of it because it's kind of...
Yeah, exactly.
It is art on the wall. It's like their own, like...
It's their
IP.
creations.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of artists have books of their work and stuff on there for inspiration.
So
like
what if you went in, you pointed at a piece of flash, and you're like, I want exactly that, and they tattooed it on you? Would
happens a lot.
Would you consider that tattoo to be a piece of art? It's just a copy of a previous work, but
it's still someone else's art that you want to commemorate enough to have it on your body until you die.
I mean the actual, not the actual artwork itself.
Oh, you putting it on your skin itself.
The actual physical thing that is on your arm, is that art?
I'd say so, because I've looked at a few. I'd say as long as it can inspire the user and it's not like, hey, that's cool, that's a girl with her legs spread open, I want that on me. Right, I want that on me. Like, if it's got some meaning behind it, depends, right? If you've just got like a picture of a fucking knife, right, or a switchblade, and it's
Could
like
be a pretty sweet knife, dude.
But even still, like someone might have some meaning in that,
Yeah,
which would be like worthwhile, and that's when it's art. If you're just getting it because, hey, it looks cool to have a swastika on my forehead, that's not art.
I would have figured the logical response to be. Isn't that funny? I'm talking about logistics in relation to art. I would figure the logical response to be that because it was rendered by an artist on your arm, it is art. Like, it's
that's in a literal sense, for sure.
Their brain's reinterpretation and then reconstruction of, like, you know,
and
something.
It was them who manufactured the idea in their minds.
Yeah.
So it's like, you are their canvas, quite literally.
Because it's also kind of a muddy subject, because I'm saying because it's like a tattoo artist, it is art, right? But there are people who sell art that's just a fucking banana taped to a wall. That's not good.
No.
I guess someone considers that to be good, but not in an objective.
Well, the problem is that
way.
like the banana taped to a wall thing is like for such a minute amount of people who would go to those types of galleries auctioning for those pieces of art, that their worldview of anything else is so small that if they see a banana taped to a wall, they probably just assume it's art. And then it starts thinking, but does that inherently make it art?
Yeah, I was just about to say, does it make it art if someone considers it to be art?
I can't deny that. I can't deny that if someone is genuinely thinking about $100-gram banana or something on a wall,
it's like $1 million.
There you go.
It like got bit up or something.
Fucking hell! Did some guy just eat it though? He ripped it off the wall and ate it.
That was fake. That was a parody video.
Oh damn! I was hoping that was real, but
fake news, Jordy.
See, this is how easy it spreads, dude.
Yeah.
I can't deny it. If someone genuinely looks at it and gets them thinking, how can I deny that is? I mean, art is supposed to provoke thought.
What is the transformation in that though? Like, how does it become art? When does it become art? And is it art if the artist, quote unquote artist, does not consider it to be art? You know, like let me kind of. I have another example. So you know about fair use, right?
Yeah.
So that's all about transformation. You're transforming the purpose of something. So if you took clips from like some music video or stock footage and then you made something new with it, is that art? Are you like? Thing is that's a quantifiable thing, since the courts and YouTube can rule over whether it is transformative. So there is some sort of like delineation. There is some sort of way of telling if it is art, if it
there's legislation and stuff behind it.
Yeah.
It's I mean, if you go within, even if you don't, I'd say like artists, the original artist makes their song in this case, and it's based on their creations, their artistic interpretation of whatever it is that they're trying to do. And then someone else sees that and goes, I have an artistic vision that I want to use, and it involves this song. From that point of view, I think it's fine, right? But if you're trying to make money off this, you have to be aware that there are things in place that means that you can't quite do that.
Yeah.
And depending, like, you can reach out to artists these days, you really can, and just say, like, hey, look, this song, I would like to sample it in my music, is that okay, bro? And they're like, yeah, just give me 85% of the shares.
Yeah, I was going to say,
like,
give me $100,000 right now.
Which is not really very cool, but I mean, if they didn't do that, everything would just be, I don't know, like, how could you describe what would be happening if there was no copyright laws?
The thing is, you can sample a song without providing attribution. You can, because as long as it's transformed, you know, as long as the original meaning, it does not like try like come over, you know, as long as you don't preserve the original meaning, I guess. Like, so if you took a music video, remixed it, like rearranged things to your own interpretation, and it's a functionally different song, it's still within like reason to make money off of that, even though it contains 100% of the original content.
Well, I mean, sure.
Of the source content, I mean.
Sure. Like, that's the problem with this field, is that there is lots of grey areas in what you can and can't do, because it all depends on the original artist. Some of them are like, yeah, bro, like, make as much shit as you want, go for it, dude. And others are like, if you even say the word "the," which was in one of my songs, I will sue you until you die. Yeah,
I guess it depends how angry the artist will be, how chill they are. So.
I mean, luckily these days most artists are pretty chill, most. I think I've mentioned, like, the whole Juice WRLD shit before. He was, like, destroyed by copyright claims from Sting, because he used in one of his songs, he used a sample, and then also the same song from another band who, like, suing him for $15 million even after he died.
Daft Punk does, like, fuckloads of sampling.
Exactly.
Most of what is it? Not Interstellar. Around, what's that one that has Robot Rock Around the World? Isn't that Discovery? No, Discovery was Interstellar 555.
I'm not sure.
That one album with Robot Rock Around the World, all their classic songs.
Yeah, I know the one.
Most of those songs are sampled. Like,
yeah, but I mean, see, I guess it's who you're sampling at the end of the day, isn't it? Like, it's open for interpretation, I suppose.
I guess I'm just not kind of happy with, like, things coming down to how much money someone has for lawyers, you know?
No.
So, yeah.
So let me ask you another question. Try and imagine what a world would be like without art.
There is a great movie called, I forget the name, but it has I was gonna say Bruce. Who the fuck? Who's
Bruce Willis?
No, Bruce Wayne. You know, like, who's Batman's actor?
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Alec Baldwin, maybe.
Alec Baldwin is not him. Alec Baldwin is have you seen the Cat in the Hat movie? That's the only thing I know him from.
That's Mike Myers.
Yeah, but no, but
okay, no, that's not Batman. What the fuck is his name? There's a movie. It's Equilibrium. That's what it's called. Right. Equilibrium. It's like, it is a cheesy as fuck movie, but it's about a world where self-expression is forbidden.
Oh.
So it's basically, I forget what I was even going with this, but it's, I don't know. Watch that.
How?
I don't know. Like, it'd be bad. That movie paints it as a bad picture because people
can't
aren't...
say that.
What?
Can't say paints it as a bad picture, dude. That's self-expression.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You're gonna make fun of me for making puns.
Nah.
But it essentially, the world is more technologically advanced, but it's also very boring. Kids speak, like, everyone speaks in a monotone way. No one is allowed to have affection for anything because that's self-expression.
If you're not allowed to show affection or anything, how
does procreation happen?
Yeah.
It's all, you know, it's more of like a
process rather than a...
I was going to say a primal kind of... Not even primal, just literally like a... Out of need, like, there needs to be more people in the world, so we might as well. Yeah.
It's I mean, the only thing that I come up with in my head is, like, just typical fucking, like, sci-fi labs. For some reason, that's what my mind comes up with. Like, just everything's white. Just everything's boring.
That's pretty much what Equilibrium is. Everything's, like, grey or off-white, you know?
Like, because if you can't express yourself in any way...
Yeah.
Would you even wear clothes?
Well, yeah, because there's a biological need to wear clothes.
No, there's not.
So you don't get fucking cut up and then have
Sure, but
hypothermia and die?
Sure, but I wear clothes as a self-expression.
Yeah,
as well.
You can wear clothes as a self-expression.
Yeah, I guess. But, like...
You have a choice on what clothes you wear.
So if you just wore the same thing every day, for example...
Yeah, they
like,
basically just
matter.
wear, like, jumpsuits, essentially.
Yeah, that
or,
makes
like,
sense. All right.
lab coats, whatever.
Do you think it is fair to censor art?
That is a risky question. So, I'm going to say no, but what if a piece of art inherently promoted, like, Islam... Oh, no, fuck, I was going to say something really racist. What if it inherently promoted terrorism? What if this piece of art was so great, but it literally had in the text, kill all people who do not follow your faith? It's a piece of art, Geordie, shouldn't be censored, but it inherently promotes terrorism.
I'm not sure that it is art, if that's what it...
We're saying it is art.
That's not open to interpretation, though.
Geordie, what is art? What makes... If I get a canvas and I paint something, is that automatically art?
Sure. If
Okay,
you're expressing yourself in
then
it...
why isn't this terrorism thing art? Someone...
Because on your painting, you didn't write kill all the white people on it.
But because it has a sentence on it, does it not make it art anymore?
Depends what the sentence says.
Does it really, though? What's a beautiful paint? What if someone took the Mona Lisa and then wrote kill all people who do not follow your faith on it? What
Damn,
then?
I'd consider that art.
Yeah.
So there you go. Like,
What if they
it's
couldn't
like,
remove it because they'd be destroying the painting?
Yeah.
What then?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
still art? What makes that difference from me painting on a canvas and then putting the sentence on there? Why is that not art?
I don't know. That's a very good point you make there. I think I guess I would still have to consider it as art because I've seen shit like I have a few like Renaissance paintings prints in my room.
Yeah.
I can't afford anything real, of course, because I don't have fucking thousands of dollars lying around.
Let me just drop $100,000 in an original like fucking Renaissance painting.
Yeah. So there's like a few like eBay sellers which just like canvas print a few nice like sort of things in my art style. And what I literally wanted to just write shit all over them because I thought that it would just make it more me, right?
Okay.
Because like even though I like it, I still wanted to ruin them by writing shit. I just wanted to do that as a like self-expression thing.
Okay,
I guess.
man? Are you okay?
No, it sounds fucking insane, but like I never did it, but I would totally do that. Like that's
Allegedly.
so I can see
Yeah.
why people would do that, and I can't if I'm gonna do it myself. I can't deny it, can I?
Okay.
But like,
sure.
I'll still probably do that one day. I just don't know what to ruin them with yet. Maybe just the word fuck over and over again.
Okay, so I want to kind of... I talked about that canvas thing, me drawing shittily on a canvas.
Yeah.
Does the value of an art have anything to do with its whether it's art or not? Because it's a shitty piece of like canvas, whatever the fuck, shitty piece of like art, is it still art, I guess?
Well, yeah, because I mean, just because it's shitty to you doesn't mean it's going to be shitty to someone else.
What if I just...
Like that banana on a wall, someone's going to pay a fucking $1 million for it.
That's kind of what I was getting into. What if I just like got a paintbrush and I just dipped it in paint, I just whack just against the canvas?
That happens a fucking lot.
Yeah, but what if I did it in the most lazily, I didn't even give a shit, I was just like, whatever. Is that art?
Well,
does it have value as an artistic expression?
Maybe if it has value to someone else. Like, art isn't always for yourself, right?
What if it had value to no one?
Well, then it is just a...
Is it still art, though? Can you consider that to be a piece of art?
If it's like, you're not necessarily expressing yourself because you are literally not even like paying attention to it.
Yeah, I'm not even expressing. I'm just literally... Yeah.
And then no one else is interested in a white canvas with a bit of a black line on it. I guess not. I guess that's when it just becomes a canvas with some black on it. Like,
so this banana on the wall, right? How can you tell that there is expression there?
You can't.
Exactly.
You can't. But people were stupid enough to buy it, right?
Yeah.
So, well, you're stupid enough. You can't even call them stupid because if they find something in it, in a normal person's brain who doesn't have $1 million to spend, it's like, you're fucking stupid. But if you've got that much money lying around and it fucking promotes something in your brain to make you another million or whatever it is, I can't hate it.
I heard it's like a money laundering thing. Like, people sell pieces of art to like get rid of dirty cash or like do covert transactions or something. Just be like, oh, here's this piece of art, I'm gonna buy it, and then money gets moved over. So
that'd be smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't know because my prints were like $2 off eBay. Well, let me give you an example of one like a controversial art piece that I know about. Have you ever heard of Mark Quinn? Maybe not. He's
no.
like somewhat like he was in the 1990s. In 1991, he called it Self, right? And he created a cast of his head using his own blood.
That's pretty cool.
So every you have to use 5 liters of blood. So it takes him about 5 months to do it. Everything comes in like fives, and every 5 years he puts another coating over the top with another 5 liters.
Wow.
I have a picture of it. Here's what it looks like.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see like the over time.
Yeah.
The older bits is like sort of, darker and shit. It's like it's a cool art piece, but in the gallery where it was featured, it just caused too much shit for all the people because like I imagine it's one thing seeing a picture of it, but if you see
smells,
yeah, so like shit like that, and then you just like. Also, how is he getting all this blood? Like, is he just a fucking madman pouring blood onto his face?
Okay.
But like, I don't know. It's like there's shit like that. And then when I went looking for like certain bits of censored art, because of course I knew there would be a lot of it, because not all art is going to be loved by everyone. It just can't be. Physically can't be, right? What it came up with was a bunch of like 19th century like artists who've drawn pussies and stuff, because naturally when you're from that age, it's a bit, ooh, yucky, can't see that. I have to wed a woman before I can see that.
Okay.
And
it's an expression in anti-censorism or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's...
hey, look at this. This is illegal. You shouldn't be able to see this,
There was one, I can't remember the name of it now. I was looking at it a few days ago. There was just a naked lady there from Spain. And in Spain at the time, you obviously couldn't do anything like that. They just didn't let you.
Yeah.
And so after that, it sort of like changed everything, and it inspired a bunch more painters to like delve out of their, not even their comfort zones, their like literal legal zones.
Yeah. And
were able to do like a whole new progressive wave of art, which is a
bit of a revolution, you might say.
Yeah, it's been like a Renaissance revolution type thing. It's pretty cool. And it's like everything. Imagine if you explained, like, for instance, now, I'd say the most common form of art that you would see in a literal sense would be tattoos, right? Because not many people are painting anymore. Not many people are sculpting. I mean, people are, but like
you just do it digitally.
Yeah, people do it digitally, and like if you were to see it every day, I meant, like the chances are you would see it the most on another person, right? What if But that's funny though, because like one of my points on here was, now we have the tools to make such exquisite, literally perfect in some ways art, and yet art itself is almost less popular than it was when all you could do was paint a picture.
Is it because we're getting desensitized because we have such high value arts now?
I have to assume that's it, right? Like I can't.
I would see. I kind of have this idea of like, I'm studying engineering, right? So it's often people often describe their work as art in the engineering field.
Sure. Which it is, because you don't even do it all the same way. Like,
here's the thing though, I was talking about the whole value prospect, right? So in the engineering field, in the design field, it's only art if it's valuable. So this drill next to us, it's just a regular hand drill, like, battery operated drill.
Sure.
So I consider that art because it perfectly fits your hand. It's comfortable to use. Someone sculpted and designed that. It works very well. It's a great piece of design art.
So there you go. Like, and there's I wouldn't have, but now that you've said it, I can appreciate that.
But the thing about it, if it was just 2 squares and it was really uncomfortable to hold and it sucked, it wouldn't be art.
Yeah,
even though someone's expressing their design
fulfilling
ideas.
a need at that point.
Yeah, it's only art if it's valuable in like the design.
But in this case, someone put like thought into it. How is it going to feel to hold? Yeah. How is it like? How are you going to stabilize it properly?
Yeah. So that
I agree. I completely agree with you there. Then, like,
that kind of goes against what we were trying to. Well, I was trying to get at before about like art being art without like value. Whereas in the design field, it's kind of strange in that we call things art only if they're great.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, even at the start, if I mentioned that the very start of the episode, I said that we were doing one on art.
Yeah.
Chances are, I want to say 90% of people were imagining like a Michelangelo painting when I said art, right? But like, it genuinely is all around you. Just I would consider some phones that we make nowadays like it's pieces of art, dude.
To be art, yeah.
Like, it's
our phones look
just
beautiful.
How the fuck someone came up? They came up with the idea. All the
Yeah.
electronics are like precisely, meticulously put in place. And they still look nice, like, and they work fantastically. And all
Can't
that
fit
shit.
a headphone jack there.
Well, mine can, but
I know.
yeah.
Even though my phone's fucking bigger than yours.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
got it. There's always compromises in art, Tom.
They fit a fucking 3D scanner into this phone, but they couldn't fit a fucking headphone jack. Do you know about that? I've literally used it once. This has a fucking dot projector and IR camera for 3D scanning objects, but it could not fit a fucking headphone jack.
It's just priorities, dude.
Yeah.
It's art. It's art. You can't argue with art, dude.
Yeah.
You really can't.
Like, did you know about that? Did you know that?
I had no idea.
I didn't even, like, I only found out about it, like, a couple of weeks ago. Like, I was looking at the sensors on the back, and I was like, hey, that kind of looks like a dot projector. Why would that be on the back of my Note 10?
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and there's an app in the phone which you can, like, go around an object, and it'll literally 3D scan it. Like, I
What
would...
the fuck? Why?
It's cool, dude. It's cool. That's more important than a headphone jack.
I guess, but like even my phone has a shit like an app where I can just measure shit, like in AR.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of inaccurate since it's hard to
Oh,
like,
it's very inaccurate.
if someone showed you a picture of like a room, how would you go about measuring that room, Geordie? You'd probably get a ruler out, start drawing lines, try to get perspective. How would you know how big those lines are, though?
Well, you wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a gimmick for now, for sure. But like eventually, I'm sure it'll be a cool thing that I'll never use. Still.
Yeah, I can like this 3D scanner, right? I can understand that being used to do the measuring thing, but it only works like an arm's distance away, so it's kind of pointless.
There you go. You can measure your Coke cans.
My willy.
Or your willy. Yeah, I was not. I tried to stray from the obvious joke,
well,
but
it already has a tape measure built in, so
you can just kind of. Is it long enough though?
Do you want me to answer that?
Everyone else wants you to answer that, dude. I already know because we always film these naked anyway.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I have another kind of thing as well. So you were talking about how there's art around us. I kind of opened your mind to the whole drill thing, the whole art thing. Is it art if you don't understand it? Is it art if you don't even realize it's art? Does it have value?
Well, if someone can show you the value in it, yeah.
But what if you lack the background to understand the value? Like, what if I showed you like that kernel code or whatever I was talking about, and then you just saw it as a bunch of like.
So the chances are, like, even that I probably would be able to consider as art because I have a very minute understanding.
Dude, those interrupt handlers. Oh my god, dude, how they're doing those. If I saw a big
fat block of code, like when I see you, if you've made like a script or something like that, and I see that, I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could do that. That shit's like, I can't understand it, but I can understand its
the less
value.
code, the better, though. So.
That being said, I understand how to use a drill, but I wouldn't have called it that. Yeah. So it depends how...
You would realize, though, you would hold the drill and be like, wow, this fits nice in my hand. You wouldn't consider that to be art.
Exactly to what you said, because I don't do DIY. I don't, like, I never have a drill in my hand. It's not something I've ever been interested in. Like, it's just... Even, like, looking at a set of instructions for me doesn't even make sense. Yeah. So I have to, like... I don't use it. It's not something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But now that you've told me that, like... I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I can completely understand. For someone who... uses these every day, for example.
Yeah,
I get it, dude. I get it. Why that would be a.
You were saying with the phone though as well. Like before I mentioned the design art thing, did you consider your phone to be a piece of art?
I've considered iPhones more like art pieces because that's basically all they are. At this point, is like
the back of this phone looks better than iPhone though. You got to admit.
Agree.
The fucking random fucking square on the iPhone looks better than this. A nice, like, balanced design. Look at this glowing.
All they do at iPhone is put effort into what it looks like. And that's only when they've released the same phone 2 or 3 times and they have to.
They can't put that much effort into it because people will be angry. Like, the jump to the iPhone 10, people were fucking pissed. They were like, wow, that looks just like an Android.
People were pissed, and then what happened? Every phone came out with 6 cameras.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Apple can't even innovate that much if they want to. They're kind of
they're the ones that have to though.
Yeah,
They start literally everything.
I realize that, but yeah, they started the notch fad, dude. That's
Yeah.
such a good fad. Notches in the phone. Wow, I love
We
notches.
probably still have bezels if they didn't fuck with that. Think about it.
They didn't start the fucking notch trend, dude. There were 5 phones before Apple that had notches in them.
But they made it like basic. That's what you have in a phone now.
They made people accustomed to having a fucking
Yeah,
hole
they shoved it
missing
in
out of their
everyone's
screen.
face.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I see what you mean. Like, it's in some cases I can look like I like this phone too. I'll take the case off so I can show everyone, and by everyone I
Yeah.
mean just Tom because he's the only one who can see it. But like, it's
Ooh, that's the ceramic one, isn't it?
yeah, it's
I
like
love
that
that.
nice
It looks
glass
really
and
nice.
stuff. It's really nice. That's why I got the white one over the black
Yeah.
one.
What phone do you have, Jody?
I have the S10 Plus, the Galaxy S10
I
Plus,
have the Note 10 Plus, just so you guys can Google it, I guess.
and he has the cool like chroma fucking
What fucking
marble
psychopath?
fade one.
It's Aura Glow, Jody.
Marble fade.
What fucking psychopath gets the black version of this?
I don't know.
When
Not
this
if
is
that is an
available.
option. Yeah.
Like, I have a case on the back, but I love the glow of it. Like, it looks so neat.
My phone has a black variant, but I always get the black one for every other phone. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going crazy this time, and I'm gonna put a fucking case on it anyway, so it doesn't goddamn matter. But
yeah.
like, it's it depends on. Just to tie back to what you were saying, 100% on a person's understanding of what it is. Like, we have these fucking fantastic microphones in front of us to speak to everyone here, right? These are fucking brilliant pieces of technology that are manufactured again precisely and fantastically, and we, you have to pay for all these expensive cables just to use it. Like, that is quite literally honoring their art, right?
Yeah.
In a literal sense. Like, we have to use this certain thing because this person made a product
Okay.
that they wanted to be used a certain way.
Here's the thing, though. So, what if you're Da Vinci, right? And Da Vinci's the artist, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what if you were
It's fucking everything.
Yeah. He was an engineer as well.
Yeah.
So, what if you were Da Vinci, you went out and you created a piece of art, and this is before he was less popular, right?
Yeah.
You have, like, one of the best painting techniques in the world. Like, have you heard of how he makes his paintings?
I have not.
Oh, wait. Da Vinci made the Mona Lisa, right?
I don't think so.
Or is that Michelangelo?
Let me have a look. I think it's Michael. I'm gonna have a look right now, so I don't make everyone mad.
I'm not an artiste
Yeah, I'm not either.
or a like traditional artist. I'm an electrical engineer.
Oh, you're right. Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
Mona Lisa.
So do you have basically how he paints is that he gets like he starts with I don't even think he starts with the canvas. He starts with like something and he puts silk or like cowhide or whatever on it, and then instead of painting with like a paste or whatever, he puts like liquid on there and he individually pigments it.
Whoa.
Like he puts color and then he puts another layer on with more color to make it darker. And his paintings are actually like hundreds of layers of like color that are translucent.
That's nuts.
So in the end, you're basically combining all these colors into like a rich new kind of color. So what if you're Da Vinci, right? You have this amazing painting technique that people today can't even like do properly. What if you created something that was to you magnificent, but no one liked it?
It's still art,
It has no value to anyone.
except you.
Yeah.
But if
why-
if you changed one thing and said if you made it and it was objectively the best art piece in the world,
Yeah.
and not even you liked it,
Yeah, well, yeah. What if no?
well, it
even
can't
you liked it?
objectively be the best art piece in the world if literally no one likes it.
That's
But
the thing. Is it art if literally no one likes it? It has no value. Does the process which it was created make it art?
I think so. I think so.
I think so too. I think art is a very
It's a
subjective
process.
term.
Like it
Yeah,
holds value in a way, like not necessarily monetary value, but like when, say, if Da Vinci did it, when he was doing it, he was getting something out at least, right?
yeah,
It was a mental reward in a way, not necessarily a money gain or a fame gain or whatever. Like it was just like he's one step closer to making his next Mona Lisa or
Yeah.
whatever, like, or inventing how to fly.
I think that art is both in the creation and in the interpretation.
It's like every step is an exquisite like art form in
Yeah.
itself.
Do you know what I'm saying by that though?
Yeah.
With the banana, the art isn't in the creation, it's in the interpretation.
Sure.
Whereas the Mona Lisa, the art is in both the creation and the interpretation.
And I think that's where
can have
the
it the other way
best
as well.
art forms come. is when you can interpret it and you can appreciate the process
Whereas
as well.
the electric drill, the art is in the creation and the interpretation isn't there since it's being used. You know, it's a tool. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, yeah, absolutely. And I 100% agree with you. I think that's a brilliant description of how to judge art, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Judge art.
You know, yeah, we're professional art
Excuse me?
critiques as well here. Our next podcast, Da Vinci View, comes out next week.
Okay.
I don't know. Couldn't think of a good enough joke in time. But one of my final points would be, do you think, and you've actually kind of brought it up anyway, art hinders society in any way?
I think it does, yeah. I think everything that people can interpret and like absorb alters history in some way.
You've just hit me with a brilliant example.
What's that?
Joker.
What do you want? Okay. Like the Indian Joker is fucking slowing down society?
No, that's not what I meant at all. Like all these, like, do you remember what everyone was expecting when the Joker movie came out?
They're expecting it to be cringe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were also expecting a shooting. Because that's... I'm serious. Yep. A lot of... and this is real. A lot of movie theaters had increased security on the first screenings of the Joker.
Do you know why?
Because people who have seen it beforehand... Like, if you haven't seen the new Joker movie, have you?
Not yet.
Like, it is fucking dark. It is extremely dark.
Yeah.
It is like... I don't even know why they slapped Joker on it. Like, I think they just had the rights to it, and they were like, we might as well make this fucking horror movie Joker, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's that out of every single DC movie with Joker in it would have inspired one if it was going to. Absolutely, it would have. But it didn't.
The Batman franchise has like a really bad track record of movie shootings.
That's another reason why they amped it up.
Dark Knight shootings.
Yeah, like it's
the dude looked like the Joker too. Didn't he dye his hair green or something? Before he
possibly,
got caught?
I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not certain, but he might have done. Yeah, like he was.
No, it was orange. That's right.
Well, there you go. Like it was probably for the same reason, right? Like, I'm a quirky clown who kills people.
I don't know why like he did it. Obviously, I'll never understand.
No.
But, yeah. He
But their piece of art, the movie, inspired him to fucking mow down a cinema's worth of people.
That's the meme.
What meme?
The shit did I leave the oven on kind of meme, you know?
I don't know, but
that was a meme for a while. Holy shit.
That trust the internet to meme that.
What the fuck? That's not right.
No.
That is not okay. Someone's fucking cosplayed as him with a fucking, like, toy Spaz 12 and a too soon thing on his chest.
Jeez.
That is fucked up.
Some people, okay, he's also standing in a mall to make that worse.
Yeah.
Like, it's... I don't know. There's people who do some, like, cringe fucking Halloween costumes and shit, but, like, know your place if you're gonna do it, like, where to do it.
That's the meme. Showing him the fucking Dark Knight shooter memes.
Man, I do not miss that font at all in memes.
What, Impact?
Yeah. Like,
with a 1 point curve outline.
And a massive fucking stroke over it. Like,
in full caps.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, the fucking stroke, yeah.
But modern pieces of art, which you can classify movies and TV shows under, absolutely you can, inspire people to do shit like that. Like, how can that be good for us? But that being said, there's lots of people who still fucking love that movie, and that type of shit, seeing, especially this new one, like, even I can appreciate this new one, because I'm not, as everyone knows, a big fan of superheroes and shit like that. But, like, it literally is just an average guy, in this case, with debilitating problems, who just couldn't overcome it.
Yeah.
Right? Or he did, I guess, but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And became a criminal mastermind. But, like, yeah, it's helps people, but it can also make people kill people. Is that fair? Like, but you never know if that's what's going to happen, right? Of course you can't. So, where do we, I don't think you can. Because if you censored literally everything, then we'd live in the equilibrium world.
Yep.
And that would be boring. And it would suck.
Here's another question. So, you're talking about movies and TV shows, right?
Yeah.
What if we went out and made, like, a crappy movie with our, like, phones, right? Wouldn't look good, wouldn't be shot well.
Blair Witch Project 3?
Yeah. That's an interest. Yeah, that's actually an interesting thing you brought up just there. So I'll change it to that. So the Blair Witch Project versus a conventional horror movie, right? Blair Witch Project shot badly, intentionally made using like shitty TV camcorders, doesn't really have that great story blocking or anything. Is that better, or is it worse because of its low quality, its low production quality, or does it matter at all?
I don't think it's necessarily better or worse.
Yeah.
I think it was them seeing. Well, no, they didn't have a big budget, of course. That was why they used it, right? So what they did is they did what people had to do when they made games like 10 years ago, right? You have a limitation of what you have, and they made it work. So I absolutely see it as like a brilliant art form.
Do you see making games 10 years ago, they had limitations?
Well, let's go with like 20 then. Like if you're making a fucking like
it's called
MS-DOS game, you have...
That's yeah, but to them, that was more than 20 years ago.
Whatever, all right? I don't fucking know.
To them, you know what I mean? Like the technology we have right now, you consider that to be like great. You can make a lot of cool shit.
Yeah,
with
but
that,
it won't be in another 20 years, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about relativity. So, but that doesn't have anything related.
Okay, well let me fucking scrap that analogy then. They had their limitations, which was the cameras that they had at the time. They didn't have enough money, and they made it work, right? And they made it work well. Not as well. They're subjective. They're like good bad movies, right? And it also instigated a whole new genre of handheld movies and all that type of shit, which are usually all terrible though. But
so another kind of example. So what if like a famous movie director wanted to make a film, right? Like an artistic film, whatever, not artistic is a bad example.
Yeah.
What if they wanted to make a standard film, but they only had like Sony Handycams or something, like little disc recorder cameras. So they're still expressing what they want to express since they're a great movie director, but they just have bad camera equipment, right? So the final output product is like 4:3, 480p. It's still a great movie, it's just recorded on like shitty cameras. So what if they made it with like red cameras instead? Like really fucking good cameras.
Well,
would it be a better movie just because of the better filming technology? They're still expressing the same amount, you just can't see it that well.
If those are the two options, I would say that like if this truly was a good director and they had those shitty cameras or whatever, they would make it work, just like how they would make it work if they had better cameras, right? Like if you have, for instance, if it's in 4:3, you've got a lot of extra space around the sides. If you're filming in 16:9 or it's 16:10. Yeah, you have a lot of space around the sides. Like if you're filming in 16:9 for
around the sides.
Well, sorry, less space on the sorry.
I was like, am I crazy?
I said my words wrong. You can use that to, I don't know, maybe have people off screen doing more shit or whatever. Like you would make it work. If you just filmed the exact same thing, no changes at all, with a 4:3 and then a 16:9, I'd say that you have to it would be objectively better in 16:9 because nothing is being interpreted any differently. Between those two, it's just a pure limitation of.
It's better because of the pure technological.
Because people can appreciate it better.
Can they? It's still the same movies. The same things happen. Just looks bigger.
I mean, it would have to be viewed nowadays for that comparison to be made.
Does it have more value? Because it's in it has a higher technicality to it. It's the exact same camera moves.
Yeah, I mean it would, because just think of it these days. I don't know, fucking Scorsese makes a movie in this exact same way, right? You wouldn't be able to sell a 4:3 movie to cinemas.
That's you kind of.
I know. It's a monetary viewpoint. But
I'm saying an artistic viewpoint. Is it more valuable? Does it have a higher artistic value because it looks better?
Well,
it's the same movie, same characters, same movements, same everything. It's like if they were literally shooting with 10 cameras. I mean 2 cameras. Would one be better than the other?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I actually have the opposite view. I would think the low resolution one would be better because like you're expressing yourself despite the limitations. That's like overcoming.
Oh, okay, I see.
I would think that the lesser quality version would be more appreciated, would have higher value, since you're showing that you're not constrained by technology. It's
it's not. You're still doing it, even though you may have better options.
Despite, like
like you
despite
still want it to be
constraints.
seen what
Yeah.
you've made. Yeah, no,
I
okay.
would think that'd be a better achievement.
Yeah, I agree with you now that you've said that. There you go. That's why we do this show, right? That's why we do this
Just
show.
thought I'd flip it on you and kind of.
Nah, see, this is why we do the
brain.
show, dude. This is why we do the show. So it's how are we doing for time, by the way?
45 minutes. I was just about to tell you.
Sweet. I might wrap it up there. Like, I think this was a somewhat redemption episode from my past to.
I enjoyed talking about this.
This is good. Like, art is important to me, of course, because it is to almost everyone in some way, shape, or form. And I was like, what can I do to sort of like get people thinking about what's around them a little bit this week? So, you know, just like take a look at all the things around you, what like makes you happy and shit, and just, you know, maybe take up an art form of your own. Be fun. It'd be good for your brain.
Okay.
Have fun, everyone. We'll see you next week. Thank you for listening.
Okay, bye.